Welcome to SNG. We're back working on the, I think it's a 2007, right? Ultra Classic Doyle, right?
Yep. That's the one.
Got my brother Doyle here, and we are, what do we get done?
Blade brakes,
Yeah,
put on the footboards,
yeah,
checked everything to make sure we'd done it all.
right. Put the mufflers
Put the
on.
mufflers on it.
Put the little chrome covers on the pipes, right?
Yep. Pipe cover.
And he bought some, you saw us doing these lenses. We did his back lenses for his brake light and his blinkers, and we blacked them out. And he got stuff for his tour pack. So we were wondering how you get the
Little
thing.
flash and safety bulbs, so the
Right,
corner
nice.
lights are going to flash, and then
Get those off.
get
So,
those.
so the trick to getting that off is, I had a cord right down there. You can either pry these things off and hope you don't snap them, or you can put a little heat to them. We saw on the internet. Thanks, whoever did that little video. It was nice. But you can see little RTV silicone is, I thought they would snap in. Doesn't look like they snap in though, does it, Doyle?
It doesn't. They're glued on this side, and they got that tab that goes toward the front holster.
Gotcha.
That guy just took a screwdriver and heated this thing up and just, that's don't want to melt your lens. But I just got right here, at least on the other side.
Did it feel like they were snapped in or no? Not really.
This side's not coming quite as easy.
Real world, baby. What I'm talking about. So this one came right off pretty easy then, huh?
We did. But this one's a little more
aggressive.
Wanting to come out of there.
Without boogering your paint up. You don't want to do that.
Not wanting to do it. Because that one didn't look like it was glued too well, does it?
It doesn't look like it was glued that well. It was glued a little bit around the bottom, around this edge.
Does not want to pop out of there.
Well, let me hold this and we'll bear with us. So here's what we found out. Obviously the heat helped to melt the RTV stuff. There is an actual tab right there. And there's a tab right there at the bottom. And then you have this tab here that fits in, is the only thing. So we were able to, once we warmed it up enough, and he had to push from the inside with a screwdriver.
Pretty good.
Through where the,
Tail light goes in.
where the tail light goes. Yeah, right through there.
Through here.
And it came out, but we had to heat it up a lot hotter than what you would have thought, what I would have thought. And push a little bit harder, but it came out. It didn't break or crack anything. Tabs are still on. So what we'll do is clean this up a little bit, put some new RTV silicone on there, or sealant, adhesive, and push the new ones in. So we're also gonna change these light bars down here. And what'd you find out how to get those out, brother?
2 screws. You see them right here. There's one here and one right there. Unscrew those, and the wiring comes right in through this little slot here.
Right to that little voltage plug.
Just working on trying to figure out which tab or thing.
And then what kind of a project was it to take that internal piece out? Anything
No,
bolted
there's
in? Or?
2 nuts holding the felt in, and then if you've got the little bag that holds your toolkit and your license stuff and whatnot, there's 2 castle nuts that go on the ends of them.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Cool.
3/8 nuts.
And then you took these blinkety blink lights that we talked about on your taillight and you used them on this too.
Right, putting them up in these corners, so when you hit the brakes,
Everything's going to flash.
everything's going to flash.
Nice.
Yep.
And we'll show everybody.
Light it up. Hopefully they don't rear end you.
Amen. All right. Well, we'll finish undoing your Molex plug and we'll put these in and we'll be back. Well, like every other repop thing that you buy, we had to take a 3/64 drill bit and the light itself, the one that he had to replace it, we had to drill those out because they were way too tight. We would have snapped that off. So how does it feel like you got your bite
I think it's good, yeah.
bit good?
I think so. Went all the way through it and
Awesome.
seems to feel pretty good.
All right.
And I didn't hear it cracking, so we got it big enough. We didn't.
Life is good. There you go.
Although I'll tell you what, those screws are every bit as long as these things want them to be. I feel it kind of pressuring on it. Washer might not have hurt anything.
So the adventure that we're on now is that once he drilled that out, the screws actually went down deep enough that it was bowing the bottom out just a little bit. So Doyle is throwing on a washer and a lock washer on the top just to take up a little bit of space. Not that they're needed to hold them in, but it'll do the job.
Plastic usually doesn't vibrate loose, but
Right. And we were just talking about aftermarket parts and how, you know, if you do buy a Harley part, chances are it's going to fit properly. And when you get the aftermarket parts, and it seems like you're always sanding, drilling, grinding, whatever you need to do to make it work. And Doyle says he's experienced the same thing with what, Polaris?
Polaris, yeah, same deal. If I buy their parts and you're always tempted, you know, one thing, there's certain stuff like these blackout lights and stuff are kind of cool. So you buy it because it's cool. You want it, and so you're going to put up with a little bit of aggravation of adjusting, whatever you got to do. But if you buy the factory stuff, man, it just goes so smooth. Still work. Still got to be careful. Still got to figure it out. But
And you know the Japanese or whatever, they make good vehicles. They make vehicles that run well. You know, like them, hate them, whatever your thought process is. But you know they have the technology to make. Is it? You think they just make it so fast and get it out and get it in the package, and there's just not care for quality control? It has to be, right?
it's
Wore out dies and taps and all that other stuff, probably.
I think it's trying to meet the price point, right? Yeah. Trying to get it, you know, because if you go on Amazon and it's $2 cheaper, they always present those at the bottom underneath the one you picked. And if it's $2 cheaper, you're thinking, wow, maybe I ought to get that. So they're all fighting for that.
There you go. Well,
Although with 145% tariff, we may not be dealing with that anymore. Maybe buying all factory stuff.
well, Jonesy. We'll shout out to Jonesy. He's relaxing a little bit. He had eye surgery. You knew that, didn't you, Doyle?
I did, yeah.
And
got his retina welded.
yeah, he's doing better. So he's out letting that relax. And I bought him an eye patch. So hopefully he's got his eye patch on. That way it'll be healed by the time.
There you go.
You know. So Jonesy, if you're watching this, you know, keep that eye patch on, brother. there you saw his brakes. I don't know if you saw that or not. Must be taking a break. Got a little blinky action going on. Well, we hope Doyle comes back and doesn't have any slipping clutch, and everything's running right. We'll see how everything turned out, and we'll let you know. All right, well, Doyle rolled back in, and he said shifted well, clutch felt good, brakes felt good. Thought maybe the front brake was a little mushy, so we may have to re-bleed that. Matter of fact, yeah, I can feel that. We'll get the old vacuum out on that. We'll re-bleed that. Let's see, what else did he say? He said everything was great. He said front end, check the front end neck bearings. I didn't show any play at all when it was up on the stand, when we had it off the ground. But that doesn't mean there's something a little loose in there. So I'm going to take it out and see what's going on. But we're winding this one down, which is cool. Also, my brother Doyle, thank you, man. Look what he drops off here. Drops off one of these air cannons. We were struggling trying to fight these tires getting seated on the wheels, and man, look at that. Glycerin filled, oil filled gauge. Nothing but the best, man. Thank you, Doyle. That'll give us something to do. So that's cool. And so if you've already subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, consider it. If you like, this is the last video on the 2007. We got a bunch of videos that we're trying to put on. The 61 panhead. I'm waiting for, matter of fact, well, just a quick update. I did have to go ahead and get a drum, so that's what I've been waiting on. I've got some brakes and new brake line. I have to rebuild that star hub there. Just got some more gaskets and shims, so I'll be able to do that. And other than that, had a great Easter. Everybody else did. Hope everybody else did too. Good Easter-wise. And life is good. Jonesy, take care of that eye. Wear that eye patch this weekend. And everybody enjoy their weekend and their day, what's left of the day. So if you ride them, wrench them, but only if you want to. We'll see you. Enjoy your evening.